We started the process of applying for Canada PR in 2022. We got married in October 2021, and after we had been in a relationship for like 2 years before that. During the whole pandemic, we were in a relationship, and once we got into the relationship, we had discussed the possibility of living in different countries, mm, you know, our career growth, things like that. So we wrote our IELTS exam, we got equivalencies for our bachelor's and master's, and we entered the pool in January 2023. Then we just waited. After almost 6 months, we got invitation to apply for provincial nomination from the province of Ontario. We applied, then we waited 6 more months, and we got the nomination. We so our scores went from like 476 to 1076. Yeah, 1076, and we got invited. Completed the process. That's when the India-Canada relationship started to get worse, and there was a bit of delay in stamping our passport, and but finally it happened. Took, I guess, usually it takes a few weeks, 1 or 2 weeks, and for us it took almost a month to get our passports stamped because most of the embassies were closed during that time. So finally, in 2024 May, we got our COPR. So in a nutshell, it took 2 years. After completing pending work commitments and stuff, we decided to move in November. So my husband is the primary applicant, so he decided to stay with his company and get an internal transfer, which was one of the best decisions that we did during this move. I'll tell you later why. Probably because it's winter, I don't know, but we got a really good deal on tickets, and we flew with Etihad, and the whole experience was really nice. We had one layover in Abu Dhabi, which was a really small one. We had just enough time to complete the security check and boarding. So just and from Abu Dhabi to Toronto, it was mostly a night flight, and I'm super intolerant to gluten, and we got special meals. It was really nice, and we reached Toronto Pearson uh, around 9 a.m. in the morning. The immigration process was super quick. It was 15 minutes or something. And but afterwards we waited. We got our SIN number from the airport itself. So we had to wait there for a while, maybe 1 hour or more. If you land in the airport, uh between 9 to 6, you can get your SIN number right then and there. Otherwise, you'll have to go to a Service Canada center and apply for it separately. Either way, that's okay. So we got our SIN number, and our cousin picked us up from the airport. We ate something, and we directly went to the bank and opened our accounts because that's the most important. That's one of the most important things. Once you land here, you need access to your funds because without money you can't do anything. Then we went to the Airbnb and started looking for apartments. I had not started looking for apartments while I was in India because packing and everything took a lot of time. So we were living in Kochi in an apartment. So we owned the apartment, so we had to clean up everything, take care of all the stuff, move everything that's not necessary, and clean up the apartment before we come here because it will be closed for a while. Since my husband is getting an internal transfer, he didn't have much leaves because he was working on a project. I was super overwhelmed before moving here, and we didn't look for apartments. But luckily, maybe it's because it's November, I don't know. We liked the third apartment that we viewed. Within like 10 days, we were able to move to our apartment. But one important thing here is that when you look for apartments in Canada, they'll definitely ask for your employment letter. And if you're moving as a permanent resident, you may not have a job offer yet because you can start to hunt for jobs when you're in your home country. But since you don't have a Canadian address or a phone number, it's really difficult to get any callbacks. So at least that's my experience. If you are working with an MNC back in home, so if you are applying for PR, you are definitely you have experience. So if you are working with an MNC, if there's any chance, you can ask them to transfer you internally because it's much easier. You have an employment letter right away. It takes away a lot of stress. It's really stressful to move to a new country and get settled. It takes a lot of stress away from you to have an employment letter because no matter where you look for apartments, they'll ask you for your employment letter and your bank statements and stuff. So those are really important, moving your money right away. So it will take a few days, 2 or 3 days for the money to appear in your Canadian account. So back in India, our banking partner was ICICI, and they were really helpful in. So you have to get some documents to show that. I mean, when you apply for PR, you have to have a certain amount of money in your bank account. It should be liquid, um, and you have to prove that to IRCC that you have this fund, and your bank has to give you some documents. And with ICICI, it was super smooth. The whole process was super smooth, and we used ICICI for the whole process, and uh, we moved money through a program, a feature called Money to World by ICICI. You don't have to have an ICICI account to move money using Money to World. At first, it was a bit difficult to adjust because we are coming from like 28 degrees Celsius to like 5 degree, 4 degrees Celsius. And after we came here, the weather, I mean, the temperature dropped. We had, I mean, it's okay if you're dressed well, windows are heated well, so you wouldn't feel the cold inside your house. So, I mean, it's pretty okay. We chose a location where public transport is pretty accessible because that was our priority. When you, I mean, we are not planning to invest in a car anytime soon, so we could bring like 100 kilos from home. But I had, since we already had an apartment, we had a lot of stuff that we were using there, like kitchen stuff, really good pans, pots, and stuff. The apartment is pretty small. It's a one bedroom apartment, so we don't have a lot of space. So we are living pretty minimally right now. I didn't bring many clothes except a few um jackets, a few sweaters, a few pairs of jeans, and sweats. We landed just before Black Friday, so we got pretty good offers for clothes and stuff. We built a work setup on priority. We got desks for all the fast chairs. I have been working with Access Employment since last August, I guess. Um, so I've been a part of their program. I completed the program, and currently I'm in post arrival phase. Has been really useful, and right now I'm about to go into serious job hunting mode because and that's the biggest priority right now. So I've been attending few events and stuff, mostly online. From you can find them on Eventbrite, Meetup.ca, and you get an idea about your industry in Canada specifically. I'll probably make another video. I'll update you on the progress um, soon. That's how it's been going, getting settled, and definitely I got sick in the middle of all this, and probably the climate and there's a flu going around. So I'm recovering from a flu. but it's okay. I'll definitely make another video about my job hunting journey. That's what I want to do with this channel. um you know, just share my experience. And it's a bit difficult to get a job here without, when you're, you don't have any kind of Canadian experience or education. That's where I said, if you can transfer your work, that's the best idea. And you that's the best idea. But for me, luckily, since my spouse is working, I can take a little bit of time. That's okay. Financially, that's okay. That's a privilege when you're a newcomer. And yeah, let's hope for the best. I'll definitely share the details here. Stay tuned for that. That's all for today's video. See you in the next video.